First of all, the wonderful Muslim Brotherhood. I understand Senator McCain is going to meet with the Brotherhood. They had secret torture chambers in Egypt when Mohamed Morsi was president. And we'll have the shocking details for you on this program today.
Last spring, we heard that members of the Muslim Brotherhood had tortured Christian demonstrators at a mosque in Cairo. Now, more Egyptians are coming forward with their stories of abuse. Here's our Gary Lane.
The torture allegations come of no surprise to Egyptians like these demonstrators, brutally beaten by pro-Morsi Islamists. Also not shocked, CBN News contributor Raymond Ibrahim. He says many Islamists believe it's okay to torture an adversary.
And it all comes down to, what is your intention? Is your intention to empower Islam? And if it is, then you are exonerated. The idea of actually, using terror once again via torture in order to support this sort of Islamist agenda has been going on for a very long time.
The El Nadim Center for Rehabilitation of Victims of Violence recorded 359 torture cases during President Morsi's 1 year in office. That compares to 357 during the last 10 years of Hosni Mubarak's rule. Arresting and prosecuting the abusers may not be a top priority of the interim government at this time. Both the Egyptian cabinet and the National Defense Council have called on pro-Morsi demonstrators to disband their Cairo sit-ins. Egypt's foreign minister says it's clear reconciliation cannot take place until the incitement to violence ends.
Egyptians are adamant about restoring their normal life and that the insecurity that exists cannot continue long term. But there is no desire to use force if there is any other avenue that can be, has any potential for success.
Pro-Morsi supporters and other Islamists still blame Christians for the ouster of the Muslim Brotherhood leader from the Egyptian presidency. Attacks against Christians, especially in Upper Egypt, continue. CBN News has received reports of fresh attacks that occurred Saturday, August 3rd. Militant Muslims attacked homes and businesses in 3 Christian villages near Almenia. Rioting Islamists planted a black al-Qaeda flag at a Coptic Orthodox church in Sohag. Egyptian Christians want Washington to pressure the interim government to do more to protect them. While most Egyptians say they love Americans, they have little love or respect for President Obama and U.S. Ambassador to Egypt, Ann Patterson.
There's this feel that's, very hostile to the American administration because they see them, rightfully so, as very biased towards the Brotherhood and, the Muslim Brotherhood and the Islamists in general, because this administration's actions, especially in the person of the hated Ann Patterson. So it's really interesting to see how this will develop on the diplomatic front.
Secretary of State John Kerry has suggested President Obama appoint U.S. Ambassador to Syria Robert Ford as the new Egyptian ambassador. But already Egyptians are critical, alleging that Ford will bring civil war to Egypt just as he did with Syria. Gary Lane, CBN News.
Boy, the chickens are coming home to roost in terms of some of the Obama mistakes. But, ladies and gentlemen, the Muslim Brotherhood is bad news. It is bad news. And again, for John McCain to go over and say, well, let me negotiate with the Brotherhood. You're not going to negotiate with fanatics who say Muhammad is our leader. The Quran is our constitution. Jihad is our way. I mean, they want to establish a Muslim caliphate. That's what they try to do, and they'll do it with jihad. And why do we think we're going to sit down at a meeting and talk them out of it? Not a chance.